Peace, peace. I'm back with part 2. It got a little bit dark, so I got some lights, which I feel like is symbolic, where I went through a pretty dark experience, and instead of staying in the dark, I am choosing to bring the light out of it. So it's a little bit symbolic, metaphorically, of it being a choice to be in the dark, it being a choice to stay in the dark, it being a choice to allow darkness to stay roaming in your life, roaming within you. Because we literally always have a choice. We are always given a choice to either remain in the dark, be stuck in the dark, or find a way to bring that light out within you. Some way, somehow, find a flashlight. Some way, somehow, bring that spark out within you. So, my story of protection, both spiritually and physically. And oh my goodness, in my soul, I'm honestly super grateful and appreciative of that experience, of giving me yet another powerful testimony of how true it is when we call on our spiritual protection, when we literally fill ourselves with the knowingness that no matter where we are, no matter what we need, no matter when we need it, no matter how we need it, no matter how much of it, doesn't matter of any of the impossibilities that you can think of even. Doesn't matter. Source always knows a way. Source always knows what we need. And Source always knows how to give it to us, when to give it to us, and the way to give it to us. Even if there's things that we think are impossible for it to happen. So this day that I had this really heavy experience, that happened for me, I had ran outside because I ran outside and I don't even know how to say this story without giving details. I don't want to give any details, even though the details, I feel, just make it so much more powerful. 3, 4, 5. I'm also trying not to get emotional thinking about what happened. So I was very emotional that day. I was very emotional when this happened. I was super, super emotional. I felt so much energy passing through me. I felt all the emotions. I felt anger. I felt sadness. I felt frustration. I felt all of the emotions. And I'm not even gonna lie, it took me, and it's still taking me, some healing to be able to release the anger. I got filled with a lot of anger, I got cut off talking about the anger that I felt from that experience, which I feel is really symbolic, because we are not meant to not feel the feelings that are what we think are considered feelings we shouldn't be feeling. For a long time, I would push away the anger because I felt like it was bad for me to feel angry. It was bad for me to feel, just honestly a lot of anger for the choices of this person, for my own choices to allow this person to affect me in so many ways for so long since I was little, to receive the energy of hatred, to receive the energy and let it become my insecurities, to let it feed me insecurities, to listen to this energy that I realize really just doesn't know. It's like that's all that energy knows. And if that's all that this energy chooses to know, chooses to do, chooses to act on, it was anger. It was bringing out anger out of me for allowing the insignificance of this energy to become so significant in my life. The fact that I gave this energy that chooses to act out of insignificance, to have so much significance over me, to have so much power over me. And it made me angry when I realized that this energy had so much roots within me, that had grown, that had prospered, because I allowed it to. Because I chose to believe that person, even though I knew that they were filled with so much lies and so much hatred and so much unhealed things within their own self, that they were angry at their own self. But I chose to allow myself to be like a field of a shooting range, and left myself wide open to just be shot and shot and shot, knowing that this person would continue, metaphorically, to hold this gun up and choose to not put it down by choice. And by choice, I was continuously being like this target for this person to continue to attack and continue to attack and attack and attack. I was more angry at myself for realizing how much of my power I gave away to this person. Realizing how much this person, every little thing that they would say to me growing up, I accepted it as my truth. Which is wild, because I know that when they say things, they're talking out of their ass. So why in the world did I choose to allow it to become my truth and give them that much power over me? It was wild, like it's wild. Going back to the main point, we are meant to feel all the feelings. I needed to stop pushing away the anger. I needed to stop pushing away the sadness and the pain and whatever it is that I was hiding from. Because that energy came knocking at my door, metaphorically, kind of, so that I can now face it. Because it's true. Ask and you shall receive. I kept asking for inner child healing for years already, and I needed one last seed to pull from the roots that just kept growing and growing and growing. I needed to pull the weeds, and Source gave me an opportunity to pick those weeds once and for all. Okay, part 3.